Welcome everyone. Today we're in my third part of my collection series. Today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to talk about two things, but they're still related. Today we're going to talk about cut glass. Cut glass was originally created back in the 1770s. They also created what they called the American Brilliant Cut Glass. And the way this was done is they would take a round carbon wheel that would be rotating at a really fast speed. They would take this glass blank that might be a bowl, a pitcher, maybe an even bigger piece in a different form. And they would take this piece of glass and put it against that wheel, and that wheel would cut a groove into the glass. Now, this was a very expensive product to produce and was very labor intensive, so it was something that was not cheap at the time. So first I'm going to show you this bowl. This is a brilliant cut glass bowl. Now if you look at the bottom, you can see how the grooves are cut deeply in this, and you can also see the patterns, and you can also see the finer cut pieces. It's also cut along the top. Just a nice little piece. Not very big, but overall a good example. Now we're going to look at a napkin ring. If you look at this piece, it's also nicely cut. And if you look at the end, it's also cut all the way around. Now there would have been 6 or 8 of these at a table setting. Each one would have had their own. Would have been napkins that were made out of linen probably. Just another beautiful piece. The next piece we're looking at is what they call a knife rest, which would have been used on a table to rest a knife blade on. If you look at this piece, you can see how nicely it's cut on the end with the star pattern. If you look close, you can see the little areas where it's cut all the way across. Just another piece, and this is pretty hefty. It's pretty good size. Now we're going to talk about a different type of glass that is cut, and it's called Bohemian glass. Now this is a piece of Bohemian glass, and how this was performed is there's 2 layers of glass. You have the colored glass on the outside and the clear glass on the inside. They would have taken this and they would have rotated it on the wheel and they would have done the cuts. But if you look, it's done totally different. You see the deer and you see all the different patterns and figures. This piece even has a building in it. And this would have been made in Czechoslovakia, or also known as the Czech Republic. Actually, there probably would have been 6 or 8 of these glasses, and it probably would have came along with a decanter. We're also going to look at another piece of Bohemian glass, but this piece is really thick, very hefty, but at the same time has the same patterns throughout. You see the bird and the trees. You see the building. This piece also was 2 pieces of glass. There would have been a clear and a colored piece. Overall, most of your brilliant cut glass would probably be more expensive than your Bohemian glass. There were several companies out there like Hawks and Libby and other ones that actually sign the pieces, and these signed pieces bring premium prices. They're very well done, but some of your Bohemian glass pieces can be very valuable too. I've seen some of the really nice wine goblets that are really, really intricate, that are real nicely cut, and they can bring a lot of money. Some of the bigger vases that are really nice thick glass can also bring a lot. If you have any questions or you want to leave a comment, leave it below the video. So I hope you have a nice day.